I missed what has a leak.
Your monitor there, it's kind of falling down. Either that or it's a piece of cake that's kind of leaking.
KP4MD, you ready?
Roger, we're live on YouTube.
Good evening. This is James, Alpha Echo 6 Juliet Golf, your net control operator for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the N6NA repeater on 441.30 megahertz. River City Arcs members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions, and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact net control by saying break, break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I'll recognize each station before continuing. Any station who wishes to check into the net, please come now.
November 6, Papa Golf, Quebec, Bob in Northmost Roseville.
Alpha India 6 Delta Golf, Joel in Florin.
Kilo 6 Alpha Victor Bravo, Jacob in Auburn.
N6YG, George in Lincoln.
This is Kilo Papa 4 Mike Delta Carol in Citrus Heights.
All right, we have Bob, November 6, Papa Golf, Quebec, and Joel, Alpha India 6 Delta Golf, Jacob, Kilo 6, Alpha Victor Bravo, George, November 6, Yankee George, and Carol, Kilo Papa 4 Mike Delta. Anyone else like to join us tonight?
November 6 Hotel Alpha, Bill in Roseville.
November 6 Hotel Alpha, Bill. Anyone else?
We do have a couple on live chat. We have Simon, Kilo Oscar 6 Echo Romeo Charlie, brand new technician licensee without a rig, so he's following us on YouTube, and he's studying for his general license right now. And also Splat is working on his license and also following us on a YouTube live chat.
KP4MD copy. Good evening, Splat and Simon. Thanks for watching us on YouTube Live. All right. One last call. Anybody else like to check in before we begin? And Bob, we're going to begin with you, so get ready. This is Alpha Echo 6 Juliet Golf net control for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV net. And Bob in Northmost Roseville, November 6 Papa Golf, Quebec. You go first.
Okay, this is N6 PGQ, and this is PD 120.
recognize some of those people. Joel, comments on Bob's photo. AI6DG, go ahead.
Hey, excellent reception, just a handful of pops around. I see Carol, KP4MD, in the center in the background, and she's got 3 other people around her. They're in under a pop-up tent with the edge of a table off at an angle off to the right with a straight key, some books, some cables, I can't read what, on the table. I recognize the 2 on the left, although I'm not good with names and call signs, so I'm not sure who they are. Don't recognize the guy on the right. River City Arc banner in the back left background. ARRL banner in the even farther back right background. I don't recognize. We're on grass with sun shining in from the left. I don't recognize where this is or when this would be, but I see other pop-ups in the background, so I'm assuming it's like a fair or something like that. Back to net, AI6DG.
All right, Joel, thanks. Bob, N6PGQ. I recognize that too since I was there, but you didn't get me in the photo. I think I'd left already. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, this was last weekend at Farm and Tractor Days at the Rio Linda Historical Society. If you look real carefully in the back right, you'll see a nice red International tractor there. That's Dave on the left, and Marie, Carol, and Ken. Ken's our newsletter editor, and Dave's a longtime charter member and life member of the club, his wife Marie. This is our location where we will be on field day. So if you missed the chance to come out and operate, the club will be there. Any questions, I'll answer them. N6PGQ.
Any questions for Bob? All right, I'm going to take the net control prerogative, and I'm going to go next because I may have some people online watching who are interested in seeing what I'm about to send. So without objection, here I go. see a lot of pixel pops. Let me ask Jacob, K6AVB, how did you copy?
Yeah, no, I see a lot of pixel pops. Your signal maybe, I don't know if it's on my end or your end, but it's kind of like there's some flutter, kind of goes up and down, and then there's some static that kind of rushes in a little bit and fades away. So a lot of pops. I can hear them on the radio. Sounds like some PayPal stuff or something. But I do see the image, and I can make out what it is. It's a really long room and a really long table, and it looks like it's a wonderful large dinner. Kind of makes me think of like a table set for a huge crowd, or maybe a supper that you read about in the Bible. Anyways, back to you, K6AVB.
Thanks, Jacob. Any other comments before I talk about it?
Is this underground? There's no windows. It does look like a winery, though, N6NA.
It is a winery. So this is James, AE6JG. Jacob, I was using half power. I usually work at full power. I was experimenting. I'm back up to full power now, 50 watts. A group of friends and I went to a new winery in Granite Bay, which is sort of hidden, called Twin Rock Winery. And this is their cellar. So Bill's right, there are no windows. This is a table for about 35 for, special events, weddings, or any other celebration. We are right next to the distillery. Well, I guess they don't distill. However you make wine, I guess, which is a very modern operation with stainless steel vats, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, I went with a bunch of friends, and I told them to tune in tonight, but only about 10 minutes ago, so we'll see if they actually see this. So thanks for letting me jump ahead, everybody. Any other questions or comments before we go to Joel? AI6DG, go ahead.
Frantically running across the house to get back to the radio. I'm off in the house on Bluetooth headphones, listening and working on other things in the house. Hang on. Tell me if I got tone.
You do. Good tone.
PD 120.
N6DG AE6JG. That's a pretty clear image, a few pixel pops throughout. Let's ask George N6YG what he thinks.
Well, let me find the microphone. And I'm not sure. This looks like a train station or something to me. Picture came over great. A few pixel pops, one of the better pictures I've gotten from Joel. And yeah, I'm not sure where this is at. So I'm going to send it back to net. N6YG.
All right, Joel AI6DG, looks like a subway somewhere.
It's the Powell Street BART station in downtown San Francisco. This is actually the third level down, because the first level is kind of the station itself. The next level down is the trams or trolleys. They're the metro rail system for San Francisco, and the third layer down is actually BART. And this was, I don't know, a month ago or so, when I was down there for a convention. And so if this is Powell, this must have been on the day I arrived, as I was, after I had just gotten off a train, and I guess I saw this and thought, oh, nice composition. Pull out the phone and take a quick picture. This also would have been around midnight. So I was much more interested in getting to my room, at my hotel. Back to net, AI6DG.
And we don't want to know what you were doing at midnight. Okay, thanks, Joel. Jacob, Kilo 6 Alpha. Well, let me ask, any comments for Joel before we move to Jacob? All right, Jacob, K6AVB, go ahead.
All right, I'll do a quick tone check, and then I'll send PD 120 after that.
Jacob, K6AVB, this is AE6JG. James, the net control operator for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV Net. That is a well-composed photo. The colors are great and very few pixel pops. Carol, KP4MD, comments on Jacob's image.
Yeah, sure. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, we're working. I always make sure I'm pushing the right button here to talk. Beautiful, vivid colors. Hardly any pixel pops. Beautiful cactus flower, and I wonder if there's probably something in your backyard there. That is a beautiful plant. I've never seen cactus flowers that bright colored before. Back to Annette, KP from D.
4MD, thanks. Jacob, K6AVB, tell us about it.
Yeah, no, I got this guy back in like I think 2020, and he was a tiny little thing in a little tiny, I don't know, quarter cup pot, and I just been keeping it around, and it just keeps living and growing. And then all of a sudden, it bloomed one of these on me, and I was like, that is so amazing. But then that one fell off, and I saw there were 3 more, and just a few days later, they all 3 bloomed at the same time, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I guess they call these things a hedgehog cactus, and this is just sitting out back behind the window here on top of the little freezer. You can see the ladder. I'm up and down on the roof messing with antennas, and then that's just the little metal shed that I've got there in the background. So not a beautiful backdrop, but the flowers just take over the whole image, and I just thought this was wonderful to share. So back to you guys. K6AVB.
Yeah, Jacob, it's a great image. Comments for Jacob. All right, thanks for that, Jacob. George, N6YG, it's your turn.
Alrighty, and I'm pretty sure I have tone because I sent a picture earlier. I appreciate everybody that texted, by the way, and asked how I was doing. I haven't been on the net in a while. I haven't been feeling really well and didn't want to bog everybody down with that. Just to put things in perspective, I got a brand new azimuth and elevation rotor sitting in the box that I haven't put together yet just because I haven't had the energy. So anyways, here's the picture, N6YG. I'm sorry, let's hit TX instead of 1750.
N6YG AE6JG. Great quality image and very neat composition. That looks like it may be part of a dam or something. I don't know, some sort of water system. Let's ask Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, great copy here. Very few pixel pops. There's a green line on the side with a little bit of a slant, but my MMS TV corrected for it, so a good copy here. Yeah, very interesting photo. Yeah, it looks like one of those futuristic houses that can spin around in a circle. I would say like a fire watch or something like that, but it's not high enough on the hill, so it's kind of interesting. I like James's idea that it might be for a dam, but I'm not sure. Maybe some kind of mining operation. I see off to the left-hand side there's some kind of ladder or maybe some kind of track to go straight up that mountaintop. When I went to Quebec City, they had like these trains that would go up an 80-degree incline almost. So I wonder if it's one of those, because it seems like there's an alcove to the left there and something made of cement. But a very interesting architecture. So I wonder what this is. N6HA.
N6HA, AE6JG, N6YG. Tell us about this, please.
Alrighty, I bet Joel knows what it is. He's very familiar with a lot of the architecture and stuff in California. This is a house, a guest house in San Diego. It's no longer used. That's a big giant tram rail that you're looking at on the side. It goes all the way up to the top of that. It's much higher than it looks. If you Google this place, it has a nickname, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is right now. I was down here in the 80s, and they had already stopped using it by then. It was built in like 1958, 1959. There's a huge mansion up on the top of that mountain. Coast, that's on the coast. It's right on the beach. And it's only accessible during low tide. If you get stuck there at high tide, you're going to spend the night. You can see how high the water gets. You're not going to get there, and it's quite a hike. I wouldn't be able to do it today. I'm not in anywhere near enough condition to make the hike to that location now. But if you're in good shape, you can still kind of hike around and get to it. Unfortunately, the inside is. I saw some recent pictures of the inside, and there's a lot of graffiti in there. But a lot of the original furniture is still in it. So yeah, that was a guest house. This billionaire asked, I forgot who it was, another famous architect, to build him an earthquake-proof house that could withstand, waves and be on the beach. And this was it. I think it was built in like 58 or something like that. So maybe Joel has a better memory than I do. N6YG.
Thanks, George. Any comments for Bill? I'm sorry, for George.
Comment.
Go ahead, Joel.
I think pictures of this have been making the meme circuit, because I recently have seen pictures of this as an abandoned property, something of interest. It's the Mushroom House is what it's called. Back to Net VI6DG.
Thanks, Joel. Any other comments or questions? Thanks for sharing that, George. KP4MD, are you ready to share an image?
Yes, I am, and it's going to be PD120. Here it comes.
KP4MD AE6JG. Well, that's a great image. I have pixel pops, nothing major throughout. I think this is looks like maybe a kit, maybe something you built. Let's ask Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, this looks like the QMX Plus, as it says there, QRP Labs. Yeah, good copy photo, just a few pixel pops here. It's an interesting transceiver. I've heard a little bit about it. It does FSK mode, and I think it does CW. And there's been a promise that eventually it will do sideband. So hopefully they're able to fulfill that promise. I think this is a fairly recent development. Because I know they had a QCX and some other Q-related product lines. So yeah, I see that the radio is on 7.183 with a little bit of extra there. So I wonder if you're listening to sideband on this. So that'd be cool if it receives sideband. But oh, I see the mode says CW there. There's a little C and a little W after the numbers. So yeah, I wonder how well this works and if it's yours, and it's always fun to get a new radio. N6HA.
Thanks, Bill. KP4MD, tell us about the image.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is KP4MD. Yes, this is, you're right, Bill. They had the QCX and the QDX, and then the QMX came out about a little over a year ago. This is the QMX Plus that I believe was announced at Hamvention, and it's an enhancement of the QMX. Covers 160 through 6 meters, CW, FSK type data, including WSJT modes. They have been promising to put voice into the firmware. It's not a very high priority, and if it's anything like what comes out of the USDX, that the quality of voice is really not all that good. There's so much distortion with what comes out of that method that they generate a voice. So it is promised that they will try to put that in the firmware. This actually has a built-in microphone right in it, but it's not yet implemented. It's still a work in progress. And no, I don't have this. Like I say, it was just released announcement at Hamvention, and 5 watts, and the engineering that goes into this radio is outstanding. Hans Sommer, who is the developer of this, he makes sure that these rigs are very, very clean and up to spec. So this kit, it is a kit, $125. So if you try to order one assembled, I think the waiting time is like months. I think somebody knows about that. Back to Net Controls, KP4MD.
Thanks, Carol. I have a question. Is this considered experimental like the other one?
Well, it's experimental in just that it's still under development, and the firmware is constantly being upgraded. But this is a radio that completely in compliance with FCC purity, emission purity.
Copy. Thanks, Carol. This is AE6JG. Any comments or questions for Carol? All right. Thanks for sharing that. Let's go to Bill, N6HA. Are you ready to share an image?
I am. Let me check for tone real quick.
Yeah, you have a tone.
Thank you. This will be PD120 N6HA.
N6HA, AE6JG. This reminds me of UC Davis. Bob, N6PGQ. Comments, observations, guesses?
Well, it's going to have to be a guess. I was going to say it might be UC Davis, but there's just too many people parked there. There's what looks like a school or something to that effect in the background, and maybe some chemical toilets in the upper left third. So it may be some kind of a bike-a-thon or get-together or something to that effect. I don't think there'd be that many bikes parked at UC Davis in one place, but it's a biking college, so I'd be interested to hear what it says on the description, N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob. I can't even see any pixel pops. Maybe they're there. Really good quality image, Bill. N6HA. Tell us about it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're right, James. This is UC Davis, and Bob also guessed maybe it was a school or UC Davis. So this is UC Davis. It is picnic day. A few weeks ago, they had their annual picnic day event, and I went there with the family, and we hung out and did all kinds of stuff. So it was a fun event. But we're walking into the campus, and I see this bank of bicycles. I've never seen so many bicycles parked in one location in my life, and so I snapped this photo just out of amazement. And then further on, we were deeper into the campus, and I saw probably 5 times the amount of bikes than what's pictured in this image, all in one area. So I think everyone who lives in Davis rode their bike probably to picnic day and enjoyed the festivities. So there's a parade, and they had all the classrooms open, so you could go and see the different things going on. A big favorite of all the kids there was the cockroach racing, and they also had some other interesting activities. So we had a fun time, and we hope to go back next year. There's a lot of walking, so bring your walking shoes because it's a big campus. That's why everyone rides the bicycles. But yeah, N6HA, back to net.
Thanks. We have Craig watching on YouTube Live, and he also guessed UC Davis. So Craig, you got it. Yeah, I'm familiar with that image, and it's, picnic day makes it worse, but it's sort of normal to have bikes like that all over. Any comments or questions for Bill? All right, we have a little time left over. Would anyone like to send a second image tonight?
I have an image I'm going to send when we close the net for the net closing.
Okay, well, let me start with Bob, N6PGQ. Do you want to send another image?
No, I don't have one up for this evening, so go down the list.
All right, Joel, AI6DG.
Same with me. I don't have anything up, so it'd take a while. So we'll just wait for next time I'm around. AI6DG back to net.
Okay, Jacob, K6AVB. George, N6YG, you're going to do another one later. Carol, KP4MD.
No, that's okay. I can't wait to see George's final picture.
Okay, Bill, N6HA.
No, I'm okay. I have one, but I'm just going to put it in Discord. When I was at UC Davis, they had a club that was going to be putting a satellite into space. So put it on Discord, see if, I don't know if it's open to the general public, but it might be interesting to look into. N6HA.
Copy that. Okay, well, hearing none, George, I guess it's up to you to close us out. Thank you, George, for that. Thanks to everybody who participated in tonight's Slow Scan TV Net. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. The net is officially closed at 9:47 p.m. This is James, Alpha Echo 6 Juliet Golf, wishing all of you a very good evening.